to reduce emissions from power stations and cars, then in the next few decades we probably can see some differences.
The carbon dioxide content in the atmosphere is not going to decrease. It's going to go up, continue to go up steadily, because there are no immediate solutions for prohibiting or reducing the burning of fossil fuels. Look at the Kyoto Agreement, the Kyoto Treaty that nobody takes seriously anywhere in the world because it's such a difficult question. So I think it's reasonable to assume that these impacts will continue to be severe and probably get much worse. I think there's no way out of that because the solutions are very difficult, because they imply the reduction or complete cessation of burning of fossil fuels. Now, eventually we'll run out of oil. You know, the oil boom is a very short one. In 100 years' time, there may not be any oil left, and we have to rely on other resources by then anyway. But it may be too late by then, because the climate will have changed so dramatically that the impacts will have been so severe that it's too late. So the solutions are not simple, but somebody better take them seriously and address them. All the changes we see in the Bering Sea and in the Arctic are very likely related to global climate change and to a man-made influence on the climate by burning of fossil fuels. The signal is too systematic to ignore. The climate changes, the change on the cryosphere, the melting of the ice, the reductions in sea ice, the melting of glaciers, the thawing of permafrost, the northward movement of forests on land, the change in the terrestrial ecosystem, the change in vegetation, all of this is such a systematic set of variables that appears to have such a strong climate print that I think we cannot ignore the fact any longer that this is probably a major influence of man-made climate change on all of these parameters.
This was extremely surprising to all of us. The whole water of the Southeast Bering Sea turned milky white in 1997, and that lasted the whole summer. It's usually found in low nutrient warm water, and that's what we had in the Bering Sea in 1997. Low nutrient warm water in the surface, and that's where this bloom was. And then in 1998, not only was it in the southeast, but it was all the way up through the Bering Strait. It covered the whole Bering Sea shelf. Very, very surprising. I don't believe this has ever been seen before, at least certainly not in historical records.
Both the state and federal government last year declared the chum and Chinook salmon return on the Yukon River disaster, the chum and coho salmon return on the Kuskokwim River a disaster, and the red salmon return to Bristol Bay a disaster. As a result of this declaration, there was basically support from both state and federal government to the people and communities in that area. In real terms, it was a very significant, economic disaster for them and, the infrastructure in those particular areas. go. That